Welcome to That's Based. Happy Wednesday, not just Wednesday, WTF Wednesday, where we take a break from politics and what's blowing up in the world to talk about the unusual, the paranormal, the spooky, the creepy, the out of this world, or this dimension. I'm your host, as always, Caleb Salvatore, reporting from somewhere underground. We're laughing our way through the end of days. Brought to you by Outlaw Streamers, Chris Baker Radio on Live 365, and our friends over at Blood of Tyrants. If you go to drinkbloodofTyrants.com and you use the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D, like the title of the show, where you save 10% off your order at the checkout, you'll get 10% off on two types of wine, both red and white, along with the Liquid Freedom energy drink that you see pictured right there. DrinkbloodofTyrants.com with the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D, like the title of the show. You'll save 10% off your order at the checkout. Please, for the love of God, drink responsibly. Don't do anything stupid. We just talked about a member of the University of Nebraska Board of Regents that got absolutely blitzed, got behind the wheel of her car, and nearly crippled a kid. And she did it while drinking Blood of Tyrants wine. No, that part I made up. But she did allegedly do the rest of those things. And if you go to drinkbloodofTyrants.com, had she gone to drinkbloodofTyrants.com, she could have saved 10% off her order at the checkout, and that would have been able to go toward her legal defense. But we are asking you to please drink responsibly. All right. Stockholm Man, the Red Face of White Supremacy, is with us. You have a little preview for these stories you found. You've gotten most of them. I haven't pre-screened them yet, so I don't really know what's going on. Anything?
Got our Loch Ness Monster story. It's a good one.
Got our Loch Ness Monster. And yesterday was Mia's birthday. So if you haven't already and you don't want to be dead to me, wish her a happy birthday on the That Space with Caleb Salvatore Facebook group that you should be a member of because you listen to this show, so you might as well join in on some of the shenanigans. Okay. And follow the page as well. All right. Well, I've got a couple of them that I found over the last couple weeks. That I felt would be great for this. This first one here, we'll get into yours in a second here, but this first one here is from a White House press reporter. This is a video that got captured on television, and they're saying that we may have just seen a reptilian shapeshifter change skins or out themselves on live national television. Check this out. What do you think? Lizard person? What's the verdict?
No, I think it's just a weird looking girl to begin with, mixed with security camera footage.
Well, that was live footage from, I think, CNN, so it wasn't security camera. But still, you're right. It's sometimes with those lower quality everyone thinks that, because we're all walking around with 4K or 8K, whatever cameras in our pocket nowadays, that everything gets captured perfectly. And for the most part, that's true. But on live broadcast, they have to do this thing called decreasing the video quality, which we do it too. Because if CNN can't afford to do it, neither can we. We don't have the server space here. I hate to break it to you. But they decrease the video quality to make the overall quality of the presentation a little bit better. And sometimes little things like that happen, and they're, if the light's shining right or there's a shadow, it'll make it look a little creepy like that. I don't think that we've identified a reptilian. I could be wrong. I'll never rule out that anyone, including my wife, could be a potential reptilian, but I don't think this is one of them.
How would you feel to be that girl when it's like you're caught in just that one split second of doing just like a weird, awkward smile?
And she's probably already kind of insecure about her looks.
Probably. Well, like, she wasn't even like bad look. It's just like she just kind of has like a weird looking like
that face is a little rough.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just a little weird.
That face looks like she's going to accost me for $5 at a Casey's in Council Bluffs at 3 a.m.
Yeah, and then to have the camera quality like captured in just that like split second.
Yeah.
That I'd be so embarrassed.
Brutality. Well, we got this next one here. A British man was out playing fetch with his dog, and he believes his camera captured a UFO. Now, we're going to show it to you at several different speeds here. The first one, if you blink, you're not going to see it. Go ahead.
Ready. Steady. Ooh.
All right, what do we think it is? UFO or no? What would Dennis say, first off? Then tell me what you think.
UFO.
Dennis would
say, yeah, Dennis would say UFO.
Hardline proof for Dennis. He wouldn't need to see anything further.
Yes.
What do you think?
I agree. UFO.
UFO?
For sure.
It looks to me, I hate to be the party pooper here. I hate to be doubting Caleb. But to me, at least, that looked like the dog kicked up some grass and that was a blade flying toward the camera. That's what it looked like to me. Either that or one of the WNBA dildos. It could be either one. I'm not sure. But I don't think that's, again, I think the search for extraterrestrial life will have to continue. This is not enough evidence for us to make a conclusive decision either way.
You know why I know it's not a UFO? I changed my mind. You know why I know it's not a UFO?
Because it wasn't captured with a toaster as a camera?
Yeah, video is way too high quality.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's something about UFOs that when they're in the area, everyone's camera just goes to absolute shit. It just goes, it's like you're watching a 2001 pay-per-view college football game against a 1AA team, just grainy footage. And you guys that grew up in that area watching football know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, the last one here. This one's actually kind of creeps me out because I don't have an explanation for it. I've got a couple of theories, and I'm interested to hear yours in the comments if you drop one on YouTube or Rumble. But I don't have a straight-up explanation for this either way. I want to hear what Mia thinks about this, too, because we kind of touched on this topic the other night when we were seeing there's some TikToks going around about ice cream men in Virginia, which, I mean, ice cream men on their own, if you hear an ice cream man at noon on a Saturday, it's still kind of creepy. But when you see one going around your neighborhood at night with neon lights on his truck playing that creepy music, it kind of ups it to a whole new level. Well, this is the ice cream men in Virginia. Go ahead and pull this TikTok video explaining this phenomenon up here.
Can we talk about the disturbing videos of ice cream trucks roaming neighborhoods in Virginia after 11 p.m.? Because I've seen at least a dozen of these videos going around TikTok, and many people are tying it to the influx of missing children in Virginia. And it should be noted that the first week of August saw 88 missing children in Virginia. However, according to my research, this aligns with the weekly average of 98 missing children. And this has even led to Virginia State Police posting to their Facebook account stating that there wasn't any mass abductions and that they weren't investigating it. But what it doesn't explain is the dozens of ice cream truck videos that have surfaced. And let's not forget that just last month, a child abuse ring was uncovered in Alabama, where 10 children were rescued from an underground bunker. And it's a chilling reminder that these things do happen, so it's unclear why they aren't investigating it. But tell me, what do you make of this?
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's creepy.
I mean, has nobody called the police? That's probably the first thing I would do if there was an ice cream truck that was creeping me out, driving around my neighborhood that late at night. What do you think? What do you? I have some theories on this, and I'll let you guys know. But I want to hear what you have. But I do want to say, I think connecting it to the child abuse ring in Alabama is an insane stretch. Just to clear, I think that you're going to foul out reaching like that, and I do think it's a little gross to take a real, just despicable situation like that in Alabama and reach that hard to try to connect it to your tinfoil hat TikTok conspiracy. Okay, what do you think?
I agree. Also, connecting it to the missing children.
Yeah.
Just in general, I think that's kind of a stretch.
Yeah.
Because they even, like, the police even said, like, there haven't been any, like, mass abductions.
Yeah.
So, and you also have to look at, like, were those children found, like, what type of, like, missing children were they? Were they runaways? Was it, like,
that's exactly
parents,
what I was going to
say. Like domestic disputes, like those kind of things. Like,
yeah.
you know, so I don't think it's connected to that at all.
No.
I think it's people fucking around and trying to creep people out. I think that's what it is.
So I agree with you up until that last part, because I think that's a lot of money and time spent into fucking with people. Whereas, like, if you're going to do the clown thing, that would be one thing. But I agree with what you're saying with the 88 children, because when someone sees that as a raw number in a report, 88 children missing, they go, oh my God, 88 children, what? 88 kids are missing in a week? And then, like you said, there's context to that. You have kids that run away. You have kids that didn't show up to school because they were going out fucking around with their friends and the school reported them as missing. You have, like you said, domestic disturbances with parents where one parent won't give the kid back on the agreed upon day and it creates an incident. And then you find out that the average, this is actually below the average in a week in the state of Virginia, which is 98. You also have to remember, Virginia's a pretty big state. It would be difficult to go around and round up kids all over the state in a state with that's as large and populous as Virginia. Although I don't think it's a, I think the hysteria around it is because that Weapons movie just came out where the kids all leave the house in the middle of the night or something like that. I still want to see that. I'll probably wait for it to come out on HBO because I've heard it's not a movie you want to pay to see. That's what I heard. It's a renter, we used to call them back when Blockbuster was a thing. But no, so I don't think it's a hoax that people are fucking with people. I could see maybe if one guy was doing it, that it would be a hoax that people, to go around and scare people with. I just don't see that many people pouring that much. I mean, you got to buy the van, the music, all the art, and the neon lights and everything. I mean, that's $4,000 or $5,000 minimum that you're investing into a hoax. I just can't see that many people pouring that into something to scare people. What I think this is a money laundering operation for a drug trafficking business. I think they buy the ice cream truck, the quote unquote customers meet them wherever they're going to be selling for the night, and they'll drive through your neighborhood to make it look legit, and they'll let the customers know, and they'll go meet it wherever the location is, and they'll have actual ice cream on them, so if the police stop them, they can say, look, we just have an unorthodox route. You never know if there's some kids or adults out there. We hit the downtown bar areas sometimes, and we make a little money, but that's what I think this is. I think this is a drug trafficking, and I don't have information to prove this. This is just my theory. I think this is a money laundering front for a drug trafficking operation. The fact that you've got that many of them going around in the same general area in that state, it's probably some type of ring. That's what I think. What do you think? Anything to add to that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd also be curious to know, like, how many of them
There's at least 4 or 5.
But is it the same one?
No, they all look different if you watch the videos. They're different trucks with different, like, lighting setups, and there's one in most of them are in Virginia, but there's another one I saw in, I think, like North Carolina, and one in Chicago. There's a couple of them going around. I mean, I would be. What's that?
I said could be.
What would you do if you saw an ice cream man going down our street at midnight?
I just don't think it should be tied to that.
To the child thing.
To the child, yeah.
People's brains always jump to the absolute worst case scenario. It's always people want to tie stuff back to like child trafficking, and that's not new. I mean, there was the satanic ritual abuse thing in the 90s where the satanic panic where they were talking about like the Satanists were kidnapping your kids and murdering them. I mean, this has been going on for a long time. It's certainly nothing new. I mean, when we were kids, there was the terror about, like razor blades and HIV needles in our Halloween candy. Everyone always goes to people fucking with kids, and that's where the hoaxes and panic starts. And we just don't need that. Because there are bad things that happen to kids. There are people that you should, and places you should absolutely keep your kids away from. And when we create hoaxes like this and cause hysteria over ice cream men, I'm not saying these are good guys, by the way. These are probably bad individuals. But I don't think they're targeting kids for abductions. But when we create mass hysteria on the internet about ice cream men or, Marilyn Manson is the devil who's taking your kids to hell, we shield from the real issues. We divert from the real problems, like Roblox, which we're going to do a whole segment on another show, because that fucking app is from the devil. That is an app that legitimately, at the very least, needs to be investigated and torn apart by the FBI. Worst case scenario, most extreme, shut down by the federal government altogether, because that is despicable what's going on with that app. But we want to talk about fake issues like ice cream men abducting kids. By the way, ice cream men are creepy. Even the legitimate ice cream men kind of give me the creeps. But this is a nothing burger. Okay. Are we gonna, all right, what story should I do first here?
Do the alien one.
All right. Let's hop into this here. It's almost spooky season, by the way. We'll be doing these WTF Wednesdays every week in October. Minnesota man allegedly murders a neighbor he suspected was an alien. It's the bail for Dale Gribble is set at $1 million. It says it's a strange story out of Minnesota. A man allegedly murdered his neighbor after expressing the suspicion that she was an alien. The unsettling incident reportedly occurred Wednesday morning in the community of Windham when Jamie Volker roused an unnamed witness at his residence with some rather strange concerns. According to a police report, the man was talking about aliens. Specifically, Volker indicated that he thought his neighbor was just such an otherworldly visitor and that a UFO would be coming to take them away. They'll take me away. During the conversation, his neighbor entered the residence after it was later learned that Volker had called her for help. The witness subsequently heard a series of gunshots followed by a commotion. The wounded woman was then seen staggering out of the house toward her home. The stunned witness immediately followed her and reported the incident to police, who arrived at the victim's house to find her badly injured from being shot several times. Sadly, she died shortly after being transported to the hospital. Cops at the scene of the shooting were soon informed of a second call to 911 from a nearby resident who reported a break-in at their home. Responding to that report, police found Volker seemingly hiding in a bathtub full of blood-stained water. He did not offer any additional insight into why he suspected his neighbor was an alien, nor why he allegedly shot her. Because of those concerns, he's been charged with two counts of second-degree murder. I love how they asked him for, like, an explanation. Why did you think she was an alien? As if they were going to seriously investigate it. Like, so why did you think, do we need to get Scully and Mulder down here from the X-Files? Like, is this what we got to do? Like, what, you're going to jail either way. But why exactly? They probably did. There's like that one kooky cop you see on every TV show. What was his name in SVU? Munch. They call that guy up. He wakes up, comes in with all these ruffled papers, disheveled tie, and his hair is a mess. Walks in. Let me talk to him. So why did you think it was an alien? That's him. There. He breaks up this serious investigation, where they're questioning a criminal, a potential criminal, alleged criminal. And he walks in and he's like, so tell me, why do you think she was an alien? I believe you. And he tries to get the information out of him here. That's my favorite part of this story, was that they tried to squeeze, like, so what do you know here, out of this guy, instead of just going, oh, you're nuts, you're going to jail. He wouldn't tell, though.
Bring in the guys from Project Blue Book.
Yeah, Project Blue Book's going to be there. So why did he think killing the alien, like, that's just going to get us in an intergalactic war, dude? What are you doing? The UFO was just going to come take the two of you. Now they're going to come wipe us out. It's probably that ship that they're talking about is coming in November. The mothership. Did you hear, speaking of which, they supposedly received a radio signal from it? Did you hear about that? It said it was Morse code. And this is what the TikTok somebody sent me that didn't back up any of its claims. But somebody sent me a TikTok breaking this down. And the guy in the TikTok said that these scientists could not interpret the Morse code. These, like, you know, massive egg-headed scientists couldn't interpret Morse code, so we're going to have to suspend belief for a second on that. So they put it into Chat GPT, and the spaceship allegedly sent a radio signal out that said, "Just wait, we are friendly, we watch Earth, hang tight." So the aliens that are coming are evidently from a Seth Rogen movie, and they're hang tight. They're just sitting up there with their joints and pizza, and they're just going to make a little pit stop like it's the Mega Mart on their way to the next destination. They just want to get a little high on the Earth's
Mega
supply.
Low Mart.
What's that?
The Mega Low
Mega
Mart.
Low Mart. There you go. All right. Indian infant bites cobra snake to death. Is this the Indian version of, like, where you say you know your kid was a serial killer when the neighborhood cats started to go missing? An infant in India avoided what could have been a tragic fate when he shockingly bit a cobra snake to death when the venomous creature approached him. The astounding incident reportedly occurred earlier this month in the town of Pattaya. I'm sure I butchered that. During a brief moment when he was left unsupervised, the 1-year-old boy, identified as Govinda, suddenly found himself with a cobra snake wrapped around his hands. Fortunately for the tot, he was too young to fear the deadly creature and instead turned it into a chew toy, ensuring his survival. When we saw the snake in the child's hand, everyone rushed toward him. His grandmother recalled, but in the meantime, he already bit the snake, killing it on the spot. However, Govinda was not quite out of the proverbial woods just yet. A surprising snack resulted in him ingesting some of the animal's venom, which caused him to faint on the spot. Since the dose of poison was relatively low and the youngster was rushed to a hospital for treatment, he'll likely come out of the incident unscathed, with a fearsome reputation to any other cobra snakes foolish enough to cross his path. I mean, this is like a Chuck Norris joke in real life. How would you like to be... None of the village kids are going to fuck with Govinda now. You know that, right? Like, this kid is going to be the most badass motherfucker on the block now. That's king cobras are huge. Do you know, like, you see, like, videos of them, like, those things get, like, 6 feet long. They're not tiny. I mean, they are massive. And I just want to know how the kid wound up. How did the thing sneak up on the kid like this? When I was in, it was either middle school or high school, somebody got busted down the street from us for running an exotic animal, like, trafficking ring out of their garage. And they found, like, all these rats that they were feeding to the snakes and, like, close to 100 king cobras that they were selling out of this garage. And, I mean, like, you know, there's different antivenoms for different snakes. Just imagine if you get bit by a king cobra in Omaha, they're not going to have the antivenom. I mean, maybe at the zoo. But, I mean, imagine if those things all got out and you just had 100 king cobras in an area. You couldn't go outside. You couldn't let your kids out. You couldn't let your pets out. Everything would be a near encounter. Everyone would have to be strapped walking out in their backyard to cut the lawn out of fear that you'd encounter one of these things. I mean, that would be terrifying.
That had to have been like a baby king cobra.
Yeah.
These are huge.
They get massive. Oh, yeah. They're kings for a reason. Maybe it was a prince cobra.
A prince cobra.
All right. Danish zoo requests residents donate pets to help feed its predatory animals. That was a good segue, and I didn't even know that was coming. That was solid. A Danish zoo has sparked online debate after it asked residents to donate their pets to help feed its predatory animals. You know, like, how much are they paying? I'm not, like, all I'm saying is, like, you remember that dog my aunt had that was like 18 years old? I mean, this is a dignifying way for an animal like that to go out.
It's donating.
Oh. A facility, I guess you get 0% of what you don't ask for. Facility in the city of Aalborg reportedly issued the eyebrow-raising request in a weirdly cheerful Facebook post last week. Did you know that you can donate smaller pets to the zoo? They asked their followers, explaining the program wherein public-provided chickens, rabbits, and guinea pigs are fed to its animals that require full prey akin to what they would naturally hunt in the wild. What the fuck? I want to read the Facebook post. Is it still there? Here, I got it right here. It's loading. Oh, it's in another language. I don't speak this crap. But yeah, it looks like it. And you've got a bunch of angry...
Australian, isn't it?
Danish.
Oh, Danish.
Denmark. Huh? Yeah, you got a bunch of angry reacts to it. So, I don't know. They seem to be upset about it. Says, lest one fear that their beloved bunny or other precious pet might merely be tossed into an animal's cage to fend for itself, the zoo stressed that the creatures are euthanized by trained staff. So you're used... So this isn't... This was really bad marketing. But this is no different than, like, donating your body to science when you die. You know, if you say, I want my brain to be used for concussion research when I die, you're not saying, you kill me right now. It's just when I go. You're not just tossing them in. You got an old animal. It's going to die either way. Put it down, and if you want to donate it to the zoo, like I said, you get 0% of what you don't ask for, except for chlamydia, because nobody asked for that shit.
I have the post here.
Oh, is it in English?
In English, yeah.
What's it say?
It says, did you know that you can donate smaller pets to Aalborg Zoo? Chickens, rabbits, and guinea pigs make up, pretty much blah, 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 what it said there. If you have an animal that has to leave here for various reasons, feel free to donate to us. The animals are gently euthanized by trained staff and are afterwards used as fodder. That way nothing goes to waste, and we ensure natural behavior, nutrition, and well-being of our predators. And then at the end it says, update. Due to much international interest, we have chosen to close the comment section on this post. We understand that the post awakens feelings and interest, but hateful and malicious rhetoric is not necessary, and we urge you to preserve the good tone. We elaborate and are happy to answer questions in the inbox or by email.
Yeah, that's bad. That's not as bad as they make it sound, but I can see why people would freak out about it. That's really bad marketing. They probably could have went about that a different way. You know, maybe they partner with vets, you know, like when you go to the gas station and it's like, do you want to round up your 17 cents to donate to sick kids? And it's just generic. But Mia did that at the gas station the other day. It irritated me. You don't know who the sick kids are. It's probably just giving money to that company, just taking extra money off the top. They don't even tell you what it is. But they could do the same thing, like right after, you know, you put your best friend down, they're in there, they're like, so, do you want to donate this body to be eaten by a tiger at the local zoo, or do you want the ashes? And, you know, they let you decide in that moment where you're clearly about your wits. Okay, last one here. It's a Nessie sighting. We've got the Nessie video loaded up in the queue, ready to play. Is there anything I need to know? I haven't watched it yet. Is there anything I need to know before we get into it?
This one, the Nessie committee professionals, whatever that is, they actually are not saying that this is an official Nessie sighting.
They haven't labeled it one yet.
Yes.
So that's bad.
Yep.
Because they'll call just like a wave going. Unofficial Nessie sighting.
Yep.
It's a really low bar. I could probably take a video of my bathtub, splash a little bit of water, and they would call it an official Nessie sighting.
Yep.
It says a woman visiting Loch Ness was left scratching her head when she spotted what may have been the legendary monster, quote-unquote, monster swimming. The intriguing footage was shared by the Loch Ness Center, which explained that the sighting occurred on July 16th. As the witness, identified as Livia, and her boyfriend were watching the water near the iconic Urquhart Castle. In the video, which we'll play in a second here, a dark and fairly sizable anomaly can be seen bobbing along the Loch Ness, seemingly swimming against the current of the water. As she watches the weirdness unfold, Livia can be heard expressing skepticism that the object is not just a twig that is going in and out of the water. That said, in posting the video online, the Loch Ness Center conceded that the anomaly could be a tree caught in the castle's outlet pipe, or if one believes that it is a creature, a seal. Either way, the tourist attraction mused. They left with a story to tell in a video that had them wondering what else might be beneath the surface. Livia's video was one of 7 possible monster sightings from this post documented by the Loch Ness Center in a post at their website on Monday. Among the other potential Nessie cases were an interesting photo snapped by an Italian tourist a few months ago and a picture of a mysterious dark brown shape that the witness noticed moving in the water. In sharing the curious collection of sightings, the Loch Ness creature observed that they serve as a reminder that monster hunting is alive and well at the iconic Scottish site. All right, let's see.
Something that's not just a twig that's going in and out.
That is 100% a log. 100% a log. The Loch Ness Center called it bullshit. It's bullshit. It's, yeah, that's a log. Should we go to Loch Ness and get to the bottom of this? What do you think? Should we take a trip?
I think we should. It will be a business trip.
Well, we can write the whole thing off on our taxes. Huh. I don't know. We got to get passports. We don't have those, do we? We got to get our passports, and we'll fly out to... It's Scotland, or is it Ireland?
I think it's Scotland.
You're the expert on this shit, not me. We'll fly out to Scotland, and we'll go snorkeling. We'll get to the bottom of it. There's seals. How come no one's ever been eaten by the Loch Ness? No seals, no people. People swim in that lake all the time. They boat. No one's ever been eaten. No one's ever gone missing from the Loch Ness Monster. And you know, so there's some nerd sitting there, some neck-bearded virgin in his mom's kitchen eating cereal. No, there was there one time. Shut up. No, there wasn't. You know it. You've built your life around not just a myth, but like a lame myth. It's not even that. Like, at least Dennis with his aliens is kind of cool and weird. Yours is just sad, bro. You watch a lake on a webcam all day, and that's your whole life. You should feel bad about yourself. That has been our show. We will see you on Saturday. We've got Adam Gottschall coming in. We're going to talk about my leaked group chat. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
No.
No. And if you go to tactilian.com, TACTILIAN.com, and use the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D, like the title of the show, you'll save 15% off your order at the checkout on gifts for the patriot in your life. Tactilian sells pro-America apparel, home and office decor, decals for your vehicle, even accessories for man's best friend. If you go to tactilian.com, use the promo code BASED, like the title of the show, you'll save 15% off your order at the checkout. It's founded by a former member of law enforcement, and a portion of the proceeds go to help build homes for wounded veterans. So you're donating to multiple good causes, making me a little bit of money and saving yourself a little bit of money. There's literally no downside to it. You also get an awesome product. One more time, it's tactilian.com, TACTILIAN.com, with the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D, like the title of the show. You'll save 15% off your order at the checkout. That's been our show. We will see you guys Saturday. Adam Gottschall coming on to talk all my group chat drama with the local news and what comes next for him. Cheat on your taxes, not your spouse. Wish me a happy birthday on Facebook, and stay based.